Hello, it's Hannah J, and today I'm going to fix my lip ring, and today I'm going to tell the story of my craziest relationship. So there was one I know I did a few weeks ago, or like 2 weeks ago, I did a video on all of my relationships, and I forgot one of them, which happened to be the craziest one. So I was like, I'll just do a whole video on that one relationship. Sorry, gotta fix myself. Okay, so there's one relationship I had that was the craziest of all the relationships I had put together. Okay, so I say okay a lot. Okay. So this relationship was just like the weird. It's not weird. It's just the most ridiculous. Okay, I'm so sorry. I keep catching myself saying okay. So this kid, I'm not gonna say his name, but oh, he makes me so mad. Like, he makes me so mad because I care about him so much. You know what I mean? Like, if you've ever felt this way, please tell me I'm not crazy. Like, I care so much about him, even though he's done so much crap to me that I hate him because of all the crap he's done to me. Like, I literally have notes I've written him that say, like, I hate you so much because I love you. It's ridiculous. Like, okay, so let me just tell you the story. I met this kid a few years ago. I went to a church camp with my grandparents. My grandparents went to this church thingy every year, this conference, this Christian conference every year. And finally, they had been asking me, and finally I had I could get the week, I could take a week out of my summer, you know, because normally I was at my aunt's house or something. So finally, I had the week off that they were going. So I was like, okay, I'll go with you guys. So I went with them, and there was this Christian school that was in Florida that my grandparents knew, like, the owner of. She's so sweet. I love her. And so she had brought in a whole bunch of the kids from the school to the conference. Alright? So I was just really stoked that there was kids my age, because there was like a high school group. And I was like, cool, you know? Like, I'm gonna have friends that are Christians, you know? And I'm still, like, best friends with one of the girls I met there. She's still one of my best friends, even though we don't talk a lot. Like, me and her are still, like, besties, kind of. So, yeah, like, all of the kids that I met were amazing. And then there was this one. So, he was definitely the cutest of all the boys that went. No offense to anyone, but, like, to me, he was the cutest. Like, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna meet me a Christian boy. I'm gonna get me a good Christian boy that won't hurt me. And then he hurts me. It was so not cool. And, like, okay, so we had the conference, you know, and I hung out with the school and those kids the whole conference. And there was, you know, things that happened that made me really like him. Like, I had told my other friends besides him, I told them, I was like, oh, I think I like him. He's really cute. And they were like, oh, yeah, he is, you know. And then, like, my one friend tried to warn me. She was like, Hannah, he ain't good. Like, I'm warning you. And I was like, oh, what's the harm? He's a Christian kid. Like, I'm dumb. I was so dumb. Okay. So, I dated him. So, then, like, I just got to know him more throughout the week that the conference went on. And I spent the night in the girls' cabin with the girls from the school. And there was one night, because the school cabin had like two cabins that had one door connecting them, and the boys stayed in one side with the guy who came with them, and then the girls stayed in the other side. So I was staying the night on the girls' side with the girls, and I was laying on the couch. My other friend was laying on her couch, and we were talking, and the three boys, him and his two friends, ran over, and they were like, oh, you know, he doesn't feel good, we need your help. So us girls, we were all, you know, us girls, we're girls, so we were like, oh, let us help, we'll help you. So we helped, and then, so he felt better, and then he stayed. he stayed and he sat in a chair and he sat beside me and kept talking to me. And he was like, yeah, I like a girl here. And I was like, oh, who? And my friend was like, it's you. And I was like, no. And then so my friends convinced me to tell one of his friends that I liked him, you know, little bull. So I told his friend and I was like, don't tell him. And of course that guy was like, oh no, I'm not gonna tell him. Turns around and tells him. So then he knew I liked him. So then I just he played me. He played me in his little hand. He was like, oh, she likes me. Awesome, I can do this. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if he really liked me. I don't know. But he got me. He got me good. So then, like, we started talking, and then the trip ended, and we had each other's, like, Facebook, and we had Kik, and Snapchat. So he kicked me when I left, and he was like, oh, I wish I would have kissed you. I should have kissed you. And I was like, oh, you should have. That would have been so cute. And then, like, he messaged, like, and then we kept talking, you know, as the weeks went on, and we started dating, and he was like, oh, he was like, I love you so much, you're the only, you know, you're my one girl, I love you so much, you're my everything. And not just, he didn't, I don't know, I don't remember exactly what he said, but stuff like that, you know, stuff that, like, gets in your head. And he was like, you know, I just want to marry, I just want to have kids with you, like, me and you should be together forever. And, like, the one thing about him was he wanted to join the army, and I had swore to myself when I was younger, I was like, I'm never going to marry an army man, just because that is a high risk of death, and I cannot have my husband leaving me by death. That's some of my mental issues. So I was like, I'm going to take a chance with you, and I'm going to like you, and you're going to go into the army and hurt me, but I'm going to try this. So then, you know, we talked, and we dated, and then he just stopped talking to me, like, plain out stopped talking to me for, like, 2 weeks. And then I texted him one Friday, and I was like, so what's the deal? Like, you don't talk to me anymore. Do you just not want to be together or something? And he was like, oh yeah, I want to focus on my ROTC and my school, so I just want to take a break. And I was heartbroken, because I actually, like, really did, I don't know, I still really do care about him. So I really cared about him, and I was like, okay, I understand, and I bawled my eyes out. Like, it hurt so bad, you know, for like a week I was hurt, and then, like, I got over it. And then like a year later, maybe, he Snapchatted me and was like, hey babe, I missed you. And I'm like, I miss you too. And he was like, I love you, you know, you're still my girl, you'll always be. And, like, he was like, you know, you're my everything, like, you know, like, getting in my head again. And he was like, I love you, hey baby. And, like, I don't know what it is, but when a guy I like says my name, like, normally he would call me, like, babe or baby. So whenever he'd be like, oh, Hannah, I was like, oh, what? Because, like, I don't know. I don't know. Something about that was just like, huh, he knows my name. Like, I know he knows my name, but he's saying my name. He's not calling me babe or something. He's calling me Hannah. I was like, okay. So then, like, I hate to admit this, but then, okay, so he was like, hey Hannah, can you do me a favor? And I was like, what, babe? Like, what? Anything? You know, and, like, he told me, like, oh, you know, I'm all alone, and, like, you know, he made me believe that he needed me. And I still, to this day, want to be there for him, no matter what, even though all this shit that has gone down. Sorry. Anyway, so he was like, can you send me nudes? And I was like, I don't really send nudes, but okay, I'll send you nudes. So then I sent him nudes, and then he was like, oh, I love you so much, you know, you're so beautiful. And so then he stopped talking to me the next day. Didn't talk to me for a few months. And then at random, and he does this, like, at random he would talk to me, you know, throughout the course of, like, 3 to 4 years. At random, every few months, you know, like, it'll take, like, four months maybe. And then he'll text me again and be like, hey baby, I miss you. And then I'll send him nudes, and then he would just, I don't anymore, but I would send him nudes, and then he'd just stop talking to me the next day. So in the past year, like, it was around Christmas, I I think it was last year around Christmas. He was talking to me, and he was like, "Baby, I love you so much. You're so beautiful. Like, your body's just the best," and like just telling me all this bull, you know. And for me, like, no one really, like, my family and my friends tell me I'm pretty all the time, but like for a guy I'm attracted to tell me I'm pretty, it means a lot, you know. So you know, he was like, "You're still my girl. You'll always be," and like all that stuff. And I wrote him a 6-page letter, a 6-page letter on how I felt about him, and it was just really deep. You know, it was like, "I love you so much, but like I hate how you treat me. Like, I hate when you leave. I hate that you just want nudes. I hate sending nudes. Like, I still hate them. Like, nudes are the worst thing because they make you feel so degraded." So I will never do that again. But so I wrote him the 6-page letter, and then my friend, who I'm still really best friends with, she texted me. She was like, "Hey girl, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Hey man, blank, we're talking again." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're talking." She was like, "FaceTime me." And I was like, "Okay." So I FaceTimed her, and I was like, "What's up?" And she was like, "He has a girlfriend. What has he been saying to you?" And I'm like, "He has a what?" "He has a what? She was like, "Yeah, he has a girlfriend. She goes to my school." And I'm like, "That mother trucker, that little son of a..." And I told her everything. I was like, well, he's been getting me to send him nudes, and I wrote this page, and I read her the whole letter, and she was like, "Girl, I'm so sorry. Like, you shouldn't be putting up with this. I warned you. He's bad. He has a girlfriend. Block him." So then I blocked him. I blocked him on Snapchat, and I set that letter to flames. I burned it. I was so mad. I had to get my aggressions out. So I burned it. And then, me being Hannah, I was like, well, what if he meets someone? Because, like, I'm one of those people that I will care about you no matter what. Unless you, like, burn the bridge that has already been burnt, there is no way to get rid of me. So, I was like, oh, he might need someone to talk to. So I unblocked him. He was like, "Babe, why'd you block me?" And I'm like, "You have a fucking girlfriend and you didn't bring it up." He was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have told you." I'm like, "Nah. Like, don't even try me." So then we stopped talking for a while, and then he Snapchatted me a few, you know, like maybe a year later, and was like, "Hey, me and my girlfriend broke up, and I'm just really heartbroken." And I'm like it kind of, when someone you love tells you about someone they love, it hurts. So he was like, "Yeah, I really loved her. Like, she was the love of my life." And I'm like, yeah, I understand that other feeling. It hurts. Yeah, it hurts so bad. So then, like, I just sat there and I would listen to him. You know, I would be there for him. I was like, "You know, you don't deserve that pain. Like, no matter how much crap you put me through, I still think you're, like, the sun." And I was like, "No, you don't deserve pain like that. I'm so sorry you had to go through that." And he's like, "I know, I'm just so glad I have you." And I'm like, I know I shouldn't be here, but I am." And then he was like, "Babe, will you send me nudes?" And I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm not playing this anymore. I don't do that." He was like, "Oh, I understand. That's fine." And then he talked to me for like 3 or 4 days and then just stopped talking to me. And I haven't talked to him since. But that it was so emotional for a few, you know, like he would get me back in his trance, and he'd be like, "Oh, I love you, baby. You're so great." And I was like, "Oh, I love him. Like, I'm talking to him again." And everyone was like, "Hannah, that's bad. Don't talk to him. Block him." And I'm like, I can't. I wish I could block him and just forget about him, but I can't. I know it sounds crazy that I can't just block him, but I actually want to be there for him because I know everyone needs someone that they can go to, and I want to be that someone that everyone can go to, no matter what it is. Like, no matter how much crap you put me through, I want you to know that you can still come to me. There was only, like, let me think. There was literally only one person I can think of that has burnt their bridge with me so bad that I just don't want anything to do with them anymore. And I still am there for them. Like, I'm still friends with that person. Even though it's a she. Even though she, like, burnt that bridge so bad. I thought about, like, not telling you guys, remember he or she, but it was a she. She was a friend of mine. She still kind of is a friend of mine, but, like, not by choice, you know? Anyway, so, yeah, that's my crazy breakup story. Like, I know it's not that crazy, but it's a lot of, there was a lot of emotion. Like, I have a letter in my room somewhere, and it's, like, It was like, Hannah, remember all the pain he put you through. Hannah, remember all the... You have to be mean, Hannah. You can't be nice because he's done so much to you, Hannah. Please be mean. And then on the back, it's like, but also remember all the good times, all the memories, all the late night stuff. And I'm like, Hannah, I'm so bipolar. I hate it. And to think, like, because I still do love him. Like, there's only been 2 to 3 people that I've dated that I've actually truly fell in love with, and he was one of them. And I know that it was stupid and I shouldn't have fallen in love with him because he just hurt me so bad, but I couldn't help it. I thought I was going to be with a Christian boy that was good, that wasn't gonna hurt me, and he did. He did hurt me. It was bad. So, if you relate to this story, or if you have any crazy relationship stories, please comment them below. I want to hear your guys' crazy breakups, because I know I'm not the only crazy one in the world. Comment below all of your crazy breakups, and like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media, Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. And have a lovely day, you lovely people. Mwah! Bye, guys.